so didn't crash it this time. Some of the key aspects on even figuring out if you do want to start a business is taking risks and having that high risk tolerance. So because of having that high risk tolerance, you're able to catch moments like that, along with potentially fucking up on multiple different occasions. The drone had kind of fell into the tree over here. But the only key difference is you learn from your fuck ups and you grow from your fuck ups and you don't get deterred from your mess ups. Now, if you want to talk about logistics, that's a whole different ballpark. Let me tell you why. So I originally had that intention to put this video inside this clip, but for some odd reason I had the opportunity to go to this Aspire event and capture all this business advice I was going to talk to you on camera from people who've actually been there. So enjoy this footage.
Before we even dive in, I need to make sure you guys know that the girl that's going to talk to you about this stuff today is an introvert. And I know there's a lot of definitions out there, like what's an walk in and you see all of your friends and your friends that you met last year, and they are high-fiving you, and they're saying, oh my gosh, you did it. And you hold on to this confidence and you walk to your seat, you sit in your chair, and you watch this movie in your mind of all of the things that you did. And what I want you to do is I want you to hold on to that and just whisper to yourself, I did it.
British friends all the memes about like the Queen looking pissed and calling it Peasants' Day, you know? Or telling them the reason that there's 2 L's in canceled in... Except horses today, how many of them are there in the US? Somewhere between 5 and 9 million. Kind of obsolete. And the reason that this concerns me is because I think in this era, are we increasingly becoming the obsolete? If we don't own things, I think we might, and let me show you why. There's a higher percentage of entrepreneurs in Canada than you do in the US. And this is, I think, the crux of what's happening in the US. And it's actually a little worse than that. Let me tell you why. Look at the percentage of owners that have essentially glorified jobs and pretty low paying ones. But then you juxtapose that against these guys. Anybody know who this is? These are some of the richest men in the world. And yet they make sure we know who the Kardashians are, and they make sure we know what the fuck's going on with Love Island. Somebody tells me that's popular now, and I watch that.
Toughness. San Antonio, you ready? San Antonio, let me ask you again. Are you ready? Well, if you are, get up out of your seats. Put your hands together. Help me welcome to the stage, Mr. David Goggins.
Let's get this party started right. You guys have been waiting for a long time, sitting down, tired of shit. So what I need is I need some energy, all right? I've been putting in 100-mile weeks because I don't want to talk about it. I want to be about it. So I don't want to be one of these fake ass people coming up here giving you some motivational shit and not putting in the work. But what I need is I'm tired. I got a lot of miles to run tomorrow. I got a lot of work to do. So, the real one? So that means I gotta cuss. Alright, on the count of 3, let's blow this motherfucker up! 3, 2, 1! Appreciate you don't know me, son. Very fucked up. But check this out, though. You're gonna have to face your fears and anxieties one day. If you all think that when you die, you just die, oh no. That mind gets to sit back and say, what the fuck didn't you do? What didn't you accomplish? What were you afraid of? What kept you from being your best self? Let's get this motherfucker started. And I'm judged a lot now. A lot. I'm being judged right now as I speak. He's saying, open my mouth, saying, you want the real David Goggins? Oh man, he's gonna start cussing. Hell, I'm gonna hear him cuss. So, but that was the one big thing that made me lie. And I was trying to find acceptance. So the fear of what others thought about me was my biggest fear. And what's funny about that was when I started realizing where I ultimately wanted to go, which was heaven, I realized the only person I need to fear is one thing. You know, it wasn't about people. People are flesh like me. Like, we're all full of shit. We're all full of shit. That's what's funny, man. A lot of us will be in the crowd, a lot of us will be on Instagram, a lot of us will do shit and start judging people. But it's that mirror effect that we don't want to face. And that's the thing that we all should fear the most, is the mirror effect. When you look in that mirror, what the fuck is looking back at you? What is your problem? Why are you who you are? So once I got all that figured out, and I just realized that people pretty much did a better job of hiding their insecurities more than I did, because we all have them, I just started looking at myself in a different way. So then that fear went away. But that was my biggest fear, was just people and what they thought about me. Now, as they know, I don't really give a shit right now. So yeah, it took a long time to.
And then is that freedom now that you live in that different space, is that the freedom that you enjoy today? Is the fact that you just, I mean, like, when you hear people come up, they're like, I just love David because he's authentic.
Right. David Goggins was. And then I hear the accolades, it's like, you know, there's two sides to the story. It's the side that you start with, but then there's the side that you finish with. So people got to get to the side they finish with first.
So good. You talk about
like, people who read Can't Hurt Me, they know where they started. And everything that they read in Can't Hurt Me came from my mind. It wasn't like I sat back with some fucking round table of people and said, what can we give people to motivate them? No, motherfucker, you live that shit. And as you live in it, you go through it, and then you come up with the real shit. So when I was going through hard times, I was like, man, you know what? I used to work out, and I still do, obviously. And I had these calluses on my hand. I was like, man, I need to put that shit in my fucking brain. Because the calluses were protecting me. The moment I found out I was David Goggins, is the moment I said, I'm fucked. The moment I fucking realized exactly who the fuck I was. I'm David Goggins, and it looks like shit. That's when I had to go and create Goggins. A motherfucker that didn't look like shit. A motherfucker that worked harder than other people. A person that when he didn't want to do, he did. A person that would look out the window, and when it stormed, I smiled. Because it was time to put the running shoes on. Because no one else is going to do it. So, yeah, when I realized that David Goggins wasn't enough, was. So, all the armor your mind, the callous your mind, all that shit came from a real place. From a kid that sat in the house, that my mom worked her ass off. My mom's in the crowd somewhere out here. She, so literally, thanks. So, when your mom is going to college at 36, trying to get a degree, you're right here.
My name is Dave. I live in Corpus. In 2015, I saw your videos on Team Never Quit. I weighed 248 pounds. I looked in the mirror after seeing your video, and I said I was fat, lazy, and I couldn't even walk across the street. I put What Would Goggins Do on my right and left arm, and Bad Water on my right arm, and Suffer to Grow in my chest, and I ran until I lost 65 pounds, and I ran marathon. You see me running in Corpus with a tire. I run down the street in the rain. I lay in the water and I take a swim when it's flooding. And they call the police on me and they say, "What are you doing?" And I told them I'm just running down the street. And then they say, "Do you need psychiatric help?" And they ask me, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And it's because of your ass.
Wonderfully, and I learn from it and grow from it and do better. But I know that there's got to be a line of like, oh, you know what? I might die here. I should stop.
I'm an
What is
habitual line stepper.
Okay.
I step that line all the time. So basically,
I should have kept going.
Yeah. You know why? There will be no questions asked right now. It's haunting you right now. It's bothering you. So, all right, let's go over here for a second. TikTok is all over the fucking place right now. I got salt all over my shoulders, salt everywhere. I go, you all saw me coming in here, right? I go, you all looking for some, who's gonna carry the boats bullshit? Carry the logs and shit, looking for some fucking shit like that, right? It gets you fired up, doesn't it? I go, what shit gets you fired up? You guys saw me running in here. I didn't tell you, I didn't call you, I didn't notify people, I didn't go on Instagram and say, hey, I'm gonna go run 17 miles a day. You saw me doing what I do and what I preach about. And that's the best way to become a monster. A person that can do and do and do and do is living that way. Appreciate you. Not allowed to speak like this. Oh. I'm not looking for no accolades or nothing, man. You know the darkness, we all have it. To get out of it, what needs to come out of your soul, because you are alone in your body and in your mind. There's no teammates with you, bro. Because guess what? When the teammates go home and the sweets go home and the fucking friends go home and the wife goes to bed, who is in your fucking brain?
Me.
So you need to start to fucking generate something, man. You need to start with a spark, a generation, something that fuels you to get you out of this posture. Have you ever seen a person who pitches and they are fucking up and their head drops? Guess what happens once your head drops? Game over. Your mind and your body have connected as one that says we're losing. When you throw those bad pitches, your head stays fired up, you're looking forward, you're moving forward. You're focused, you're locked in, you're dialed in. Your eyes focus harder. Your sympathetic nervous system starts to fire off. Your hair starts to stand up. You start to find some fire, some desire, some motivation, some desire. Come on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I'm talking right now, because that's how every day of my life I need to pull that guy out. Because I wake up like you, I go to bed like this motherfucker right here. All right?
All right.
So you need, I'm not playing, dude. If you want to get better, you better really figure out where your drive comes from. Not motivation, because this is motivation right here. Drive is a steady jog, brother. You just keep moving. So every day of your life, you need to have that drive, not motivation, all right? All right, brother.
Thank you.
No, it's not at you. So whoever makes this video, no, they lost their minds. No, it's not at you. I'm going back in the day now to give you where I had to believe I was the best motherfucker alive. because I wasn't good enough. The most important conversation you will ever have in your life is the one you have with yourself. You wake up with it, you walk around with it, you go to bed with it, and then soon you act on it. If I was going to say to myself a million times how I really felt, I would never be anybody at all. But when you start to say to yourself all the time, I believe I'm the baddest motherfucker alive because of the work I put in every day. This is what I said to myself. This isn't something I preach out to people. People ask me all the time, what do you say? I had to believe I was the baddest motherfucker alive. What do you think Michael Jordan said to himself when he was playing basketball? What do you think these people say to themselves who want to be great? They preach greatness into themselves. They preach greatness into themselves. The actions with the preach of greatness becomes greatness. That's just how it's made up, man. It's the formula of winning. You need to motivate yourself in the darkest times, and my motivation was strictly that. I was in barbaric situations where I had to believe I was the baddest motherfucker alive. That's it. We live in a society where mediocrity is often rewarded. These 18 men detest mediocrity. For some reason, that one little sentence made me think about how mediocre I was. And the worst thing to do and to be around is exhausting. The most exhausting thing to do is be around mediocre, average people. So, that being said, when you're trying to motivate people, you're gonna really waste your breath. Because if they don't want to do it, you can talk until you're blue in the face. You can talk and you can talk and you can talk and you can talk and you can raise your hands up in the air, but until they want to make a change for themselves, they're just gonna look at you. And you're gonna be figuring out what's the right word to say. Sometimes the only right word to say is no word at all. I'm gonna go back to the action thing. Sometimes your actions speak louder than your words. And if you're being a great leader, they're gonna wanna follow your lead. And they're gonna wanna be just like you because they see the success that you are. And a lot of people nowadays hate you even talking to you. They get offended by it. So try to find a way to broach that conversation with this new world and how we get offended by everything. So, yeah, here's your answer. Respect. I'm gonna give it one more thing. Appreciate you, man. There can be times in life when you guys are tired of shit. Don't buy into it. Don't ever stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. Man, I respect people. Appreciate you coming out. Thank you. Yeah.